One of the most important things you can do with your Gmail is to simply read your email. In order to do that, you simply come to mail.google.com, and it'll make you sign in with your Coker Google account if you're not already signed in. And then you'll be presented with a screen that looks like this. All of your email will be tiled right here. So you'll notice here I have one message, so I'm going to click on it to open it up. And it will simply tell me that this is an example email because that's the email I sent to myself. Another important task is to be able to write email. To do that, you come up here and click the Compose button, and you simply type in your recipient's email address. Now, if your recipient is inside Coker, if it's a Coker person, you should be able to simply type their name and it will pull up their email address. For example, if I wanted to send an email to Dr. Cuppet, you'll see she pops right up. Then you just add a subject, test email. This is a test email. So you'll notice I wrote the email address, the subject, and the body, and you can put as much as you want here in the body. Another important thing is that you can send it to multiple people. So if I also wanted to send it to Justin Lied, simply type it and then hit tab when you're done. Or you can put a comma between them if I wanted to send it to Sandy McKenzie. There we go. So you can type in as many people as you want to the to field, and if you want to CC people on something, you click that button and add them right here. And if you want to blind CC them, you click that button and add them right here. So now I can send this email to all these people. Because I don't actually want to send this email, I'm going to trash it. So you just come down here and discard that draft, because if I just close it, you'll see it shows up in my drafts over here, and it's still there. So that way, in case your computer crashes or your window closes or you forget to finish something, Google will save it. The problem with this is that as you type more and more emails, your drafts will eventually get full and full and full and full, and you'll have trouble finding things in there. So it's always a good idea to, if you actually don't want it, to come down here and discard the draft. Another important thing to be able to do in Gmail is to apply labels. Now, if you're used to traditional email, a label is basically a folder. So in order to do that, let's say I wanted to label this email right here. All I have to do is come up to Labels, click it, and then I can type in whatever label I want. So let's say this is important stuff. Now I don't already have a label called important stuff, so it's going to say, hey, do you want to create a new one? So yes, I do. And it's going to, then you just hit create. And now I have an important stuff label over here. And whenever I want to see anything labeled important stuff, it's right there. One new thing about Gmail as opposed to other emails is the concept of archiving versus deleting. When you delete something, it's actually gone and you can't get it back. It's gone forever. However, when you archive something, it removes it out of your inbox, yet you can still access it later if you search it. This is why you should never delete anything. Never delete anything in your Coker email address, because you have unlimited storage. That way, if you archive everything instead of deleting it, you can still find it later in case you need to. Because every once in a while, you'll need to go back and find an email, and if you had deleted it, it's gone forever. But if you simply archived it, you can find it. So if I've got this email here and it's in my inbox and I've looked at it and I've read it and I've done what it's asked me to do, I can archive it. Now notice up here, archive is this button right here. That's the delete button. We don't want that. We want to archive. So I'm going to archive it. And you'll notice it's out of my inbox. No new mail. But it's still in my important stuff. So I can still find it. And even if it wasn't in my important stuff, I could search through here for the sender and it'll pull right up. And finally, one of the most important things you can do is to mark emails as spam. So any email that you get that is actually spam, you can mark it as spam by clicking this button right here. This does a few things. First, it will add that email address to your blocked senders account so you won't receive anything else from that specific email address. So this will help cut down on the amount of junk you get in your email. Also, it will report to Google that, hey, this person at this email address is sending spam. And if Google gets enough of people marking emails as spam, they will block it for everyone, which is extremely useful because it kind of helps everybody out. Now, there is a caveat with this. Do not mark things as spam that are not actually spam. If it's just an email that you get a lot, but it's a legitimate email, don't mark it as spam, because it will make it more likely that that email address gets blocked and we have to go through a lot of trouble to get that fixed. As always, if you have any questions, please email support@coker.edu and we'll be happy to help. Thanks.